Hello everybody, it's me Heather, and today I'm doing kind of a first impression unboxing of something that I've been super duper excited about. I think like a couple of months ago I saw a picture on Instagram of the Kat Von D Studded Kiss lipstick set, and it recently popped up online on Sephora.com, and I was originally going to go ahead and order it, but I decided to pop into my local Sephora and see if they had it, and they were kind enough for me to go dig it out before it was even on the floor. So I'm happy to say I bought the first one at my Sephora. Yeah. I'm that kind of a pain in the ass. Also want to give you guys a heads up. It's a really hot day here, and I've also not had a lot of sleep because I was recently stocking a makeup collection online. So I think I've had about 2 hours of sleep, maybe 3. And then I had to take a nap, also very short, and I had to go to my local Mac and stand in line for some stuff. And yeah, so I'm kind of tired, and it's really hot, so if I kind of seem a little loopy or my energy's a little off, that's why. Just giving you guys a heads up. Alright, so let's get on with this though. Okay, so I thought it would be fun to go ahead and do lip swatches for this. I have 2 full-size Kat Von D Studded Kiss lipsticks. I have Poe and Coven. I really like these. But I do know that the formulation on these can be a little bit hit or miss. The Kat Von D lipsticks are supposed to be 10-hour wear. I don't really find that to be the case. They're supposed to be 1 swipe opacity. Again, these 2 I have here, I haven't really found that to be the case, but I love the color selection, and I just love the overall effect. I'm the kind of person that I don't mind working with a lipstick and making it work if I love the shade enough. So I can understand not everybody feels that way, but I thought it'd be fun to check out this little set, because originally I wanted to get a ton more of these Kat Von D Studded Kiss lipsticks, but then I found out they were coming out with this little holiday set, and it has 9 mini lipsticks in here, and I was like, oh, that's 9 shades right there, and this is for $39, so pretty good deal. And I was like, okay, well, let's just do that then. So I went ahead and opened this up, but I haven't played with any of the lipsticks yet. I haven't swatched them, haven't worn them yet. And when I first opened this up, I was surprised to see that this is how they come out. They're just all in there like that. I thought it was going to be like a little tray, so I was actually expecting these to be even a tiny bit smaller. So here is the mini, and here is the full size. So looks like it had a baby. And when you open it up, oh wow, look at that color. What shade is this? This is Motorhead. Alright, that's cool, huh? So I'm just going to go ahead and apply these, and we'll see what they look like, and just do, I guess, swatch / first impression. We'll see how it goes. So this shade is Motorhead, and it might be, yeah, it's reading pretty true to color in my viewfinder. It's a very vampy, it's like a very, very, very dark, berry red, almost black, really warm undertone, it looks like. So let's see what we got going on here. Alright, this is Motorhead. I would say this has a satin finish. It's not ultra matte super drying. And the coverage, as you can see, was pretty good. I didn't have to do a lot of swipes to get the opacity. So beautiful color. I definitely like this one. Alright, let's move on to the next one. This shade is called Sexer, and ooh, it is a very bright fuchsia pink. And let's just see how it wears. This is a really interesting formulation. It's kind of like, it's not quite a satin, but it's not quite a matte. And it seems to be almost iridescent. So it's got definitely some iridescence going on. In my viewfinder, it's reading a little bit more purple, but in person, it's definitely more fuchsia. Definitely got more of a cooler, pinker tone to it. The pigmentation on this one's not fully opaque, because as you can see, my upper lip's a little bit more pigmented naturally than my lower lip. So it's reading, you know, a different color on my upper lip than it is my lower lip, but still pretty. It's different. I like it, actually. All right. Let's move on to the next one. This one was Sexer. Between lipstick removal, I'm moisturizing my lips with the OCC Lip Tar Primer. This is just a nice, really moisturizing. I like to call it lip treatment. It's just nice to put that on, let it sit for a minute, and then blot my lips, and I'm good to go for the next lipstick. So this one is called Hexagram, and ooh, I like this. So this is, as you can see, it's red. It's actually reading a little bit more red in my viewfinder than in real life. It's definitely got that, it's got a very brown undertone to it. Let's just try it. This one has an excellent formulation. It has that kind of, it's a matte texture, but it doesn't really tug the lips. Like when I first apply it, it's brand new. It hasn't been warmed up at all, but once it gets warmed up, it really like just applies color very nicely, very evenly. And it has that kind of soft, powdery feel that some matte lipsticks have. So this one's actually really nice. I like this one. This one's called Hexagram. This shade is called Lovecraft. Ooh, I like this. This is like a really warm mid-tone rose nude. And let's go for it. Ooh, I like this one a lot too. So I notice anytime I wear a shade like this, something about the undertones of my skin always make it look kind of purplish or mauvish, and I don't mind that. It looks really pretty, but it's definitely one of those shades that you have to try on yourself. It's going to look different on everybody depending on your skin's undertones. But if you have like warm golden olive undertones, it's going to end up looking kind of mauvish or purple. But the formulation on this is also very nice. I was able to build up the opacity really quick. It's got that kind of powdery feel. It's definitely a matte finish. And I don't think I remembered to mention this, but all of Kat Von D's little studded kiss lipsticks here smell like what she calls creme brulee, or a lot of us say soft vanilla, but very nice. Moving on to the next one. These lipsticks, some of the darker shades do tend to stain your lips, so just a heads up. So I'm trying to work really quick here, not leave them on my lips too long so I can avoid having too much of a stain. That way it doesn't contaminate the next color. Alright, so this shade is, ooh, I like the name of this one, Bachelorette. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, and this looks like, to me, this looks like a really cool toned red. Definitely a blue-based red. Let's see what we've got. Lovely formulation on this one. This one almost has, it's almost, gosh, I can't quite explain it. Like I said, it's very cool toned. It's a very cool toned red. It's almost like half a shade away from being magenta. It's like such a bright red, but not an obnoxiously bright red. It's really pretty. I like this one a lot. So, also matte finish. And, like I said, excellent formula. Moving on to the next one. This next shade is called Countess. And this is a very orange red. Reading pretty true to color in my viewfinder. And, ooh, let's hope it wears as well as it looks. So the pigmentation on this one is not bad, but again, I'm in that situation where my upper lip has a little bit more pigment than my lower lip, so this lipstick doesn't have 100% opacity. It's still passable. It's not bad. I do like the color. It's a matte finish. Has that nice powdery feel, but not drying. But again, not 100% opacity. So I might need to pair it with like a lip liner in order to build up that opacity on my upper lip. But still, if you don't mind just a little bit of difference, pretty cool color. I like it. I'm going to give my lips a break for a moment and just let some of this OCC clear lip tar primer soak into my lips, keep them moisturized so I don't get all dried out here. But I wanted to just mention really quick that I noticed out of all these that I've tried so far, 2 of them stained my lips immediately. Like right after I put them on, right when I started to take it off, it was already staining. That was Bachelorette, this really bright red one, and Countess that I just tried on, this really red orange. Those stained my lips like immediately. So That's not necessarily a bad thing. That helps with the staying power. So if you're the kind you put your lipstick on, you don't really have time or desire to reapply your lipstick several times a day, those two shades are in it for the long haul, whether you want it or not. All right, moving on to the next one. This next shade is called Agatha, and it is a very, what is that? It's definitely nude. It's a nude shade. Looks like it's warm. Let's try it and see what we got. And what's called Agatha. I really like this, but obviously it's not going to be for everybody because it's a really light shade. And it has a matte texture. It seems like all these are pretty much matte textures. It was just that one shade, which we'll talk about later, that seemed to be a little bit iridescent. Not quite a true matte. This is definitely a matte shade. And the problem with really light matte shades like these is, first off, they emphasize all the natural lines and dry bits in your lips. So you really got to exfoliate and moisturize before you wear these. And that's also, on top of that, I noticed that the application is really patchy. But like I said, that's really common with really light matte shades. I do like this color though. It's probably just best worn paired with another lipstick or paired over top of the lip liner. So, you know, play with color a little bit. If you can find a lip liner that's really like moisturizing or just really good at filling in and cleaning up the line around your mouth, this could work really nicely. So this one's not for everybody, but I'm happy I have it. I actually did want this one in a full size, so I'm happy that I waited for this collection because now I have it in a mini size and I'm set on that one. All right, I've got two more. This next shade is one that when these lipsticks first came out, the full-size ones first came out, this was, I think, one of the most popular ones. It seemed like a lot of people were picking this one up. This one's called Wonder Child, and it is, I believe, a purple iridescent. So we'll see how it looks once I put it on. It's reading a tiny touch more blue in my viewfinder. I don't know what it is with my computer and my camera and purples, but purples almost always read very blue on my computer for some reason. This one's reading pretty close to purple, but still got a little bit of blue in there, but this also has some iridescence going on. So that might be why it's just reflecting that iridescence that might be making it look a little bit more blue than purple. So let's see what we got. I can see why people were crazy about this color. This is a really cool color. It's, like I said, my viewfinder, it's not reading true to color. It's definitely got iridescence to it. So I would almost call this one almost a satin matte. It's that in-between again, not quite matte, not quite satin finish. And it has a ton of iridescence, so it's kind of like, it does have kind of this blue, purple, magenta thing going on, and it's just reading one flat color in my viewfinder, which is not the accurate color. You have to see this one in person. As you can see though, this was definitely not one swipe opacity whatsoever. I had to build this up like crazy to get it to look like this. I love the way it looks, but my concern is, first off, how fast am I going to go through this lipstick if I have to drag it like 40 times to get it to this color? But I do like this color, so if you don't mind having to really build it up, and it doesn't feel heavy, which is a bonus, because, excuse me, it doesn't feel heavy, which is a bonus, because, as you can see, I applied a ton of this to get it to look like this, but it doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel gross, it doesn't feel drying, and it has almost that kind of powdery feel that a lot of the mattes in this collection have, which I think is a really comfortable feeling. It's not drying. So Wonder Child, I really like it actually, but I like purple lipstick. I just want to give you a heads up that when I removed Wonder Child, it did leave glitter or shimmer on my skin, on my lips. So for some people that might be a deal breaker. Just wanted to give you a heads up. So if you wear this, you're in it for the long haul for the rest of the day, because it didn't stain too badly in the short time that I had it on, but like I said, when I was removing it, it did leave like a lot of like glitter on my lips and my lines around my mouth. So just a heads up. All right, moving on to our last shade. This last shade is called Adora, and it looks like it has a metallic finish. Ooh, it looks like it's a metallic red. Let's see what we got. Wow, this has to be one of my favorite ones out of the whole set. What a cool color. So it's definitely a metallic red. It has a very soft feel to it. It feels really powdery, really soft on the lips. Good opacity. Yeah, I like this one a lot. Very cool. Okay, so my overall first impression. Okay, the set comes with 9 little mini lipsticks. It retails for $39. It's available at Sephora. You can also order it online at Sephora.com. Is it worth $40 or $39? Totally. Totally. So it has a nice selection of colors. Most of them are colors that people will wear. Reds and pinks. You even have a neutral. You have a purple. You have some fun colors. So you got like a couple. You got this one that's a metallic red. You got the iridescent purple Wonder Child. And you also had the, what was the other iridescent one? It'll come to me when I see it. But you got nudes, you got cools, you got warms. This is a pretty cool set. I like it. Another thing I wanted to mention is that I like that these were all pretty sturdy. Whoops. Whew. I'm glad I caught that. These were all pretty sturdy inside the bullet. Because, you know, sometimes you get little miniature lipsticks and you apply them and they break off right away or they start just sliding to the side. And you can see I applied these like crazy and they're still very securely in their base. So that's pretty cool. So, yeah, I like that there's different finishes. You got metallics, you got iridescence, you got matte, satin matte, you got a cool range of shades. The scent of creme brulee or vanilla is very subtle. It's not overwhelming at all. All of these felt very nice on the lips. You just apply them, and like I said, most of them have like a powdery kind of feel, but not like obnoxious, not dry powdery. It's just, it feels really soft. It's really nice. I love the color selection. And yeah, I can't say enough positive things about these. Again, the only thing I noticed was, of course, some of the darker shades do stain. And the ones that, let's see, this one applied patchy, which was, what was that? Agatha. But like I said, that's not uncommon for light matte nude shades to apply patchy like that. That's just, you know, it's a light color. It's going to emphasize lines and wrinkles, dry skin. So you really want to exfoliate your lips and moisturize before wearing any of the matte lipsticks, any matte lipsticks in general. Wonder Child, which I actually really like, is an iridescent purple, but it required a ton of buildup to hit the opacity that I wanted, but still an awesome, really cool shade. The shade I'm wearing now, which is just, like I said, one of my favorites in the whole thing, and I just forgot what it was called. Is it this one? No, it's okay. Hey, what can I say? I'm only human. I moved all these around. I don't know what's what anymore. There we go. Adora is what I'm wearing. Adora. Okay. Well, let me know what you guys think of these lipsticks. And now I have 9 minis and 2 full size. So I have 11 Kat Von D lipsticks. There are definitely some other ones I still want to try that I'm still really interested in. For example, I believe one I want is called Gothica. Another one I want is Agogo, which is a matte orange. Gothica, I believe, is kind of like that orange shimmery one. So there's a couple others I'm still interested in. Let me know if there are any Kat Von D lipsticks you think I absolutely should have in my collection, because as you can see, I'm very open to color. I like every single shade in this. Like I said, the majority of these are shades I think that people will wear. You got reds, you got pinks. The purple, you can apply sheerly and just have a light wash of iridescence, or you can build it up to make it that really metallic-y magenta iridescence. Even this like metallic red, I wouldn't call it a frost. It's definitely not a frost finish, but definitely a metallic finish. It's very cool. It's almost like if you took an OCC metallic lip tar and turned it into an actual lipstick bullet. This is what it would look like. So very cool. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about this collection. I like it a lot. I'm happy I have it. And yeah, I highly recommend it. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave your questions and comments down below. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. So whenever I do hauls and reviews and tutorials and all that other fun stuff, I'll show up in your subscription feed. Please, please, please follow me on Instagram and or Twitter and or Tumblr. I'm very active on Instagram. It's my favorite social media. Have a lot of fun on there. Love interacting with you guys on there. And yeah, that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.